buzz, before the fans, before the fame. They all journeyed to one nation with nothing but their boots and a dream. Plug into the future of music, weeknights, midnight, and now 6 p.m. as well. MTV's Alternative Nation, where the streets are paved with gold.
Hello, my name's Penny. I think people shouldn't do drugs. They can make you forget things, like which animals have stripes. And your body might get clumsier, so you can't jump rope as good. Drugs can get you in big trouble. You could go to principal's office or go to jail. Then you can't watch TV or eat pizza. Recess is good. Hamsters are good. Birthday parties are real good. Drugs are bad. I wouldn't do drugs.
And this special report from KOB Television. The National Aeronautics and Space Agency quotes officials as saying that the asteroid now entering our portion of the solar system poses no threat to Earth. Meanwhile, NASA's viewpoint is substantiated by observatories as far away as Siberia and Peking. However, as might be expected, official sources in Moscow and Peking do have a difference of opinion as to the size and mass of the space intruder. Nevertheless, the world scientific community is generally agreed on one thing. The asteroid is on a collision course with the moon. After the impact, astronomers will no doubt have to add a new crater to their maps of our already pockmarked moon. In any event, we will interrupt our regular programs to keep you informed of the now certain collision in outer space and to bring you any further bulletins from leading observatories or from NASA.
Johnny Longbow. Johnny, what? Sorry for rushing the Halloween season. It was too good to resist. What? You can come out now. Show's over. Count Dracula at your service. And better known on campus as Bud Keeler and Janet Price.
Hi, do forgive us.
These, I'm afraid, are two of my students at the university. Unfortunately, I'm saddled with them for my summer field course. Just as you were saddled with me. Not quite. You decided to switch from anthropology to mineralogy at the graduate level. Until that point, I thought you had a fair degree of sense. Was it you that made that god-awful sound?
That was me, I'm afraid.
He also does bird calls, but don't get him started.
Janet, like I keep telling you, an anthropology major these days should have more than one talent.
That's a talent? Bird calls? I'm Kathy Nolan.
Paul Carlson. Don't tell me you're a student. Miss Nolan's doing a picture story on the religious customs of the tribes around here, especially my own people. That's why Bud happened to have a ceremonial mask.
Really my idea. I borrowed the mask from the collection at the reservation to do some mood shots on location out here.
But when we were heading back and I saw you, and Professor Salinas explained you were a friend, well, I'm afraid the bright idea of using it for a practical joke and getting some shots of your reaction was my idea.
Thanks, I'm glad to know.
I'm afraid we got more reaction than I bargained for. I won't use the shot. That's a promise. Am I forgiven?
Of course, Miss Nolan.
Kathy to my friends. We are friends.
We are, Kathy.
We were just on our way to Professor Salinas' place at the reservation. He's promised us an authentic Indian supper.
Black roses in my garden gray.
Who are these strange characters? Find out who's who on the Doctor Who Hour. Monday through Saturday at noon, 9 Pacific.
There are worlds inside our minds, worlds of peace and beauty. But when our minds wander too far, we lose control and enter the dark, deadly world of Freddy Krueger, where nightmares come alive. Experience this world every week on Freddy's new television series, A Nightmare on Elm Street. The series, Freddy's Nightmares. Don't let him catch you sleeping.
You are watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Hi, I'm Grace Jones, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Welcome to the Dominion.
The gateway to the world of science fiction on the internet. Catch it on the World Wide Web. The Sci-Fi Channel welcomes you to the edge. From Sci-Fi Channel Pictures, it arrived with the storm.
I've never seen anything like it.
It fell from the sky.
Something did crash out there.
It infected a town.
It's alive.
Based on a story by Ray Bradbury.
Oh, my dear God.
An all-new sequel to the science fiction classic.
We are all in danger here.
It came from outer space to a Sci-Fi Channel planetary premiere. Saturday, January 27th at 8 p.m., 5 Pacific.
You are entering the universe of Sci-Fi Entertainment, the official magazine of the Sci-Fi Channel. Call 1-800-77-SCI-FI for movie and series info, interviews, news and reviews on videos, books, and technology. It's your only source for the sci-fi schedule, movie listings, and channel exclusives. Test your mental metal. Call 1-800-77-SCI-FI. Get 6 issues of Sci-Fi Entertainment for only $15.95. Have your Visa or MasterCard ready. Welcome to the Edge.
It's Monsters, our favorite show.
It's on the Sci-Fi Channel. Monsters. Tonight at 7:30 p.m., 4:30 Pacific.
Children of the night, what music they make.
Master, you've come back.
I thought
two red eyes staring at me. Oh. I felt his breath on my face.
The Sci-Fi Channel. Welcome to the Edge. It comes from another dimension.
I want $10 million more.
It grants him his every desire.
It's real!
Vast wealth, unbelievable luxury, fabulous romance.
Give me immortality, too.
But the ultimate wishing machine.
The sky is the limit.
Comes with a price.
There's been a terrible mistake.
And someone's got to pay. The Utilizer, a Sci-Fi Channel premiere feature. Today at 6 p.m. Sci-Fi Sunday.
I'm George Takei, and you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
For God's sake! Don't do it!
Don't make me angry.
Now what's going on?
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
19.
Don't make me angry, angry.
It possesses me, and I can't control it. Now what's going on?
The Incredible Hulk Marathon. Monday, January 15th, beginning at 9 a.m. A city on the edge of insanity. A biker gang out for blood. A punk kid with a chip on his shoulder. Scientists, soldiers, and politicians fighting for control of a force beyond human comprehension, known only as Akira. Everyone ready? The apocalypse is about to begin. A Sci-Fi Channel premiere feature, Akira. This film includes some violent content. Parental discretion is advised. We will return to Akira on the Sci-Fi Channel.
This Sci-Fi Channel premiere feature is brought to you by Secret Antiperspirant. Strong enough for a man, but pH balanced for a woman.
Now back to Akira on the Sci-Fi Channel. This has been a Sci-Fi Channel premiere feature.
Coming up on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Sunday, 6 tough guys, 6 great movies, and no wimps. No wimps allowed. 10:35 Eastern Sunday, only on Superstation TBS.
And now it's Super TV on the Superstation. Tickle Me will continue on TBS, the Superstation. We now continue with Tickle Me on TBS, the Superstation.
Take aim at 2 big movies every Saturday night on TBS. Big Shot with Clint Eastwood and John Wayne.
That's the truth you can bank on in Denver.
This Saturday, Dirty Harry is taking out the trash. Magnum Force. Then, the Duke saves his boys from the outlaw ways. Cahill, U.S. Marshal. Hold it! 1 Eastwood movie and 1 from the Duke. Big Shot. 8:05 Eastern. This Saturday on TBS.
Tickle Me will continue on TBS, the Superstation. TBS knows how to celebrate the holidays. Wow!
One must stop Christmas from now.
My triple dog stereo.
Wow!
Excellent!
Ow!
Ho, ho!
Happy holidays! TBS!
Sunday, 6 tough guys, 6 great movies, and no wimps. No wimps allowed. 10:35 Eastern Sunday, only on Superstation TBS. A game at Eastwood and the Duke, Saturday night on TBS with Magnum Force. Then Cahill, U.S. Marshal, Eastwood and the Duke, Big Shot. 8:05 Eastern, Saturday night on TBS.
We now continue with Tickle Me on TBS, the Superstation.
Why don't you join us?
I'd like to, if it's all right with Johnny Longbow. It's all right with me, no problem at all. Just follow my car.
Why do you call him Johnny Longbow?
Well, it's his Indian name, his tribal one. It translates warrior's bow that reaches long to its mark. Actually, he handles a bow like one of his ancestors.
There's additional word from NASA this evening concerning the asteroid that collided with the moon 2 days ago. Radio telemetry from the seismometers planted on the moon's surface in previous Apollo missions have recorded the shock of the impact as beyond the end of the Richter scale. On Earth, this would be a disturbance that would rival the explosion in the 19th century of the volcanic island of Krakatoa. The impact on the moon has sent off a shower of fragments mixed with pieces of the asteroid. Some of these small fragments will enter Earth's atmosphere tonight, but they will undoubtedly explode into nothing more than a harmless shower of tiny meteorites, according to NASA officials. The greatest concentration of this meteor shower will be over the southwest region of the United States. This meteor shower will be, however, quite harmless, according to the statement from NASA, and likely to provide nothing more than a spectacular sight in the skies. And that's the story of the awesome collision on the moon today. This is Gary Kanan from our news center in Albuquerque.
I didn't schedule a meteor shower as part of the evening entertainment at the reservation. But it should be quite a sight.
This is a great meal, Professor.
That's a great stew. What's in it?
Oh, a lot of things. Chicken, corn, green peppers, chili, onions. Well, it's an old recipe around here.
Well, if nobody minds, I think I'll have some more. All for the cause of research, naturally.
I'm glad that's what you call it. You know, I'd like to get some night shots of this area.
Well, if you don't mind me tagging along, I know a few great spots. But they're pretty far away.
That is a lizard.
Oh, sorry. Things like that scare me.
You get used to lizards here. They're quite common. That's why tribes in this area have so many legends about lizards.
Like, what, for instance?
Such as the story of Lizard and Coyote, for instance. In the days before there were men on Earth.
Sounds like it's going to be the Navajo version of Genesis.
Ignore him, Professor. I'd like to hear the story.
It'll have no effect on your grades.
I don't expect it to. I'd just like to hear it.
Well, one day, before man walked on Earth, Lizard and Coyote were having an argument about what shape man would take. Lizard won the argument. They finally agreed that man's hands would be shaped like lizards, 4 fingers and a thumb.
Hey, that's right.
Was that the end of the story?
Not quite. Coyote drove a hard bargain. He agreed that man's hands would be shaped like lizards rather than his paws. But only if man would be mortal and never again try to be like lizards.
You see quite a distance up here. Although we've got a lot more air pollution than we're used to. That's Albuquerque over there. And that road leads to Santa Fe, northeast. And the river's over there.
Paul, where are we exactly?
I'm sorry. We're on the top of Sandia Crest. It's 10,678 feet up or down, depending on where you are and your point of view. Yeah, I'd like to come up here at night. It's one of my favorite places on Earth. It's always so peaceful, so quiet. Somehow above the rest of my life. Right on schedule.
Paul, what's wrong? What is it? Paul, are you all right? What happened?
A meteorite. A lunar meteorite.
A meteorite?
We heard about it earlier on TV.
Yes, but here?
Oh, we're right in the area where they're due to fall. I guess we can consider ourselves lucky. What's the matter?
You've got a scratch or something on your forehead.
I don't feel anything.
Oh, no, don't touch it. Let me do that.
I must have bumped it when we hit the dirt.
Let me clean it up anyway. See, you were bleeding.
That's nothing. Hey, Kathy. Look at that. That'll make a great souvenir. My own personal moon rock.
Moon rock? Oh, wow.
Did I say something wrong?
No, but you just reminded me. I'm supposed to go into town tomorrow. There's a NASA exhibit at the university, and I'm supposed to cover it.
That's a great idea. We'll go to the exhibit, then we'll have some supper, then we'll go out afterwards. Just in case the moon rock hasn't cooled off. It's cool enough to travel now.
Have you got a first aid kit in that bag?
A few things. Why?
I'm still worried about that cut on your head. It could get infected.
Look, I don't live far from here. And I've got all kinds of antiseptic in my medicine cabinet at my place.
Black roses in my garden gray.
Lock the doors, bolt the windows. This Friday, Fox TV's
TV's most shocking show comes to prime time with a 1-hour Halloween special. Who could ask for anything more? Tales from the Crypt. Then, some say it's an ancient legend.
Each victim was ripped to shreds.
But Friday,
Oh, my God.
the legend returns to kill. The X-Files after Tales from the Crypt, part of Fox's Halloween Bash. Friday.
It's Monsters, our favorite show.
It's on the Sci-Fi Channel. Monsters. Tonight at 7:30 p.m., 4:30 Pacific.
It's still completely blackout.
A one-way ticket
That's the only ticket I have.
to nowhere. She's got no place to hide. Riding the rails to a nightmare. Tales from the dark side.
Tonight at 11, only on...
Send in the Marines! Ripley's got the power loader.
How's that grab you?
All the firepower a Marine could ask for. When things get buggy, sting 'em with the stinger.
Rock 'em and rope 'em!
Ugly aliens getting you down.
Send in the Marines!
Aliens! Thought you killed me. Freddy Krueger will never die. I'm closer than you think. Just a phone call away. Dial this number and prepare to be scared. And I'm always around, everywhere. So dial this number now if you dare. Join the Freddy Fan Club. Freddy Krueger has a special message just for you.
$1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents.
These steel-jawed beasts have a hunger for destruction. Can they be stopped by the ultimate galactic hunter? Predator! The battle is on. Aliens versus Predator, the hunter against the beast. An alien killer crab attacks, but the Predator Crag Tusk fires shoulder-mount missiles, and Predator Scavenge attacks with a double-barreled bola, each sold separately. Will the Predator win the battle against the evil aliens? Aliens versus Predator! Now get a special 2-pack with an exclusive Dark Horse comic.
My place.
Fine. Your place, then. I gather nobody's home.
My mother's in Europe. She travels a lot. Now that the real Paul Carlson has stood up, what do you think?
I think you've spent a lot of your life being lonely.
When your parents are divorced, you get used to it. I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. Hey, his name is Ty.
Ty?
Short for Tyrannosaurus.
Sounds like something in a museum.
It is, usually. Ty looks a lot like a dinosaur. Or like the dragon the Indians call Avenue.
Thank you for introducing me to your friend.
Well, I hope he didn't frighten you.
Paul. It's us I'm really frightened about.
Kathy.
I blacked out. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just need some fresh air.
My voice been getting froggy. I've been smoking too damn much. Singing songs to the sun that's rising, rhyming words I cannot touch. Oh, I've been wandering in circles with just a guitar in my hand, playing one too many bar rooms and drinking more than I can stand. California lady, won't you bring your love to me? California lady, she's the one I want to see, my California lady.
Do a lot better off if we take you home. Like now.
Johnny's right, Paul. You're going home.
I'm hung out in Chicago with a California mind. A lady loving Lord above, these city mountains aren't my kind. Oh, I've been wandering in circles with just a guitar in my hand, playing all them funky bar rooms and drinking more than I can stand. California lady, won't you bring your love to me? California lady, she's the one I want to see, my California lady, my California lady, my California lady.
I'm just not sure. Leaving him alone.
It's the best way. Paul's still learning a lot of things.
Such as?
Such as how to accept help from other people. He's used to doing things for himself. He's been a loner a long time. It's not easy to change.
Even so.
Tell you what. If Paul calls me during the night, I'll call you and come pick you up. How's that?
I'll buy that.
Black roses in my garden gray.
When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Star Trek, the Sci-Fi Channel Special Edition, is brought to you by Oil of Olay.
More thrill than it came from beneath the sea. More terror than the Flesh Eaters. It's Commander USA's Groovy Movies, along with the continuing stories of Zorro's Black Whip and the Undersea Kingdom. It's a three-ring thriller with the Vampire Circus. So turn on your telepsychotronic screen and watch Commander USA's Groovy Movies at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on USA tomorrow.
I hate these things, but I'm not worried. Luckily, I brought in an expert.
Time to play.
Okay, here, Zippy. We'll figure it out this Saturday on USA Up All Night when we watch Hellraiser 3. Saturday at 11.
I'll be waiting.
Although the dark side is always there, waiting.
You should never underestimate the powers of the human will.
Tales from the Dark Side. Delicious, spine-tingling chills brought to you by the producers of Creepshow.
I told you I ain't dead so many times, I'm blue in the face.
Now that's the truth.
Join us each week, if you dare, for Tales from the Dark Side.
Sunday nights at 10 on Channel 9.
What you doing, cousin? I'm pumping iron. You're pumping iron? Yeah. The Human Nutrition Research Center has released the finding that losing weight is a lot harder for people with low iron levels. I didn't know that. Yeah, so when you're working out to keep fit and healthy, work in some iron into your diet. The easy, delicious way. How you do that? Well, with some wholesome, delicious steamed syrup. Tu comprends? Oui.
Creepball. When you call us, the terror begins. Creepball. Real life. Ghosts and zombies talk to you. Dial 1-900-490-CREEP. That's 1-900-490-CREEP. Randomly selected callers get connected to me live. Hurry up. We're waiting for you, pigeon. If you're under 18, make sure your parents know you're calling. Just $2 per call.
And if Paul calls me first?
Yes.
That concludes the national news. Now turning to the news of the local Albuquerque area. 25 people were stranded this afternoon for over 4 hours on the Sandia cable lift. The lift was halted due to a severe thunder and lightning storm which swept through the Sandia range at approximately 2 o'clock this afternoon. No major injuries were reported, although 7 people did request hospitalization. Also stranded atop the crest were some 300 people who were vacationing.
Oh, go to hell, Sid. I told you what was going to happen when you came home again from that bowling alley drunk. I'm going to bed. And you can just sleep it off out there. Go to hell.
Who's there?
Thanks, Kramer, for bringing the professor.
Well, Mac? What happened here?
A killing. A messy one. The medical examiner's report being phoned in?
I'll make sure I'll have a copy on your desk when you get back, Captain.
Good. Let me have copies of the other reports, too. All of them.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Check in the house and see if you can lend a hand. Now I'll tell you exactly why I asked you here.
I was wondering. It sounded urgent.
It's because I need an opinion from you.
My field isn't medicine. You know that, Mac.
I know.
What then?
One problem with being a cop is that eventually you think you've seen everything. Well, this morning I found out I was wrong. This is different. Which one is him? The woman had a weak heart, and what she saw when she opened the door apparently finished her. There's no report of any violence on her. But take a look at the man. What kind of thing would cut up someone like that?
Could have been a mountain lion, Mac.
No, Johnny. Not that easy. I'll show you something one of my men found at the back of the house. Whatever. Killed Harris must have tripped over the garden hose and grabbed at the side of the house for support. Take a break. I'll check things here.
You're right. That wasn't made by a mountain lion. That mark was made by a human hand.
Well, I would agree with you except for one thing. You tell me what kind of human makes a footprint like that. Now you get the picture, Jeff? When I got that radio call, I thought someone had made a real goof. But when I saw Harris, I had to believe it. Harris was killed by some kind of thing that was nearly 7 feet tall. Had hands with claws on the fingers. And walked on feet like I've never seen before. Now, that's why I had to bring you here, Johnny. Now, you're right. This is not some kind of medical problem. I don't know what kind of problem it is. You're an anthropologist, Johnny. I thought, well, just maybe, you might be able to help us with this.
Well, I can't tell you. I've seen a track like that before.
Where?
In a museum. A fossil track. Several million years old. Have your men made a plastic cast of the track? We might get a better answer from the paleontology department at the university. The department head, Dietz, he's a friend of mine.
Let's go, now. The casting should be ready.
Wake up. Wake up! I decided to make breakfast for us while you hit the shower. Paul!
I agree with Professor Salinas. Your casting here is that of the left hind foot of some form of reptile, some very, very large lizard.
I still can't believe that there are lizards that big in New Mexico, or anywhere else for that matter.
Sorry, Captain McCabe, you're wrong about that. There is a lizard we call Varnus comodensis. There's some photos of him over in the paleontology lab, who grows to be all of 10 feet long. He's quite a fellow. The Indonesians call him the Komodo dragon.
Gee, is it possible that one of these lizards is here? Somehow.
I don't think so. And if there were one somehow on the loose, it wouldn't be what you're looking for. The Komodo dragon walks on 4 feet. This indicates a lizard that can walk upright. Some form of reptile closely related to the Tyrannosaurus rex.
Thanks, Johnny. But how in the hell am I going to tell the commissioner or anyone down at City Hall? A man was killed on the doorstep of his own home last night by some kind of dinosaur. How do you feel today, Paul?
Oh, a lot better than yesterday.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, they're pretty good. But you should see Johnny work with the bow. Our scholarly anthropologist here was the conference archery champ in college. I've seen his trophies. How about a little demonstration for our camp?
All right. Come on, Johnny Longbow. I'd like to see you live up to your name.
Johnny made everything himself. Even the arrowheads. Everything is authentic Indian. Okay, Johnny. Now let's really impress the lady from New York.
Black roses in my garden gray.
Prepare to encounter what few have seen before.
I don't know why nobody else saw them. Maybe they weren't looking.
The Sci-Fi Channel presents the rare 4th season of The Twilight Zone in its original order. 18 classic hour-long episodes seldom shown on television.
Call it a challenge.
Wednesday through May 14th at 7 and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Enter the maze and run for your eternal life. Hellbound Hellraiser 2, Thursday at 9.
It's the 1998 MTV Video Music Awards. With live performances by Madonna, Marilyn Manson, Beastie Boys, Brandy and Monica, Dave Matthews Band, Hole, Backstreet Boys, Master P, the Brian Setzer Orchestra, and Will Smith, Mariah Carey, Puff Daddy, Mace, David Spade, Jennifer Lopez, Beck, Tyra Banks, Tori Amos, Snoop Dogg, Jada Pinkett Smith, Jackie Chan, Missy Elliott, Hanson, Maxwell, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Natalie Imbruglia, Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, Rupert Everett, Lenny Kravitz, Sarah McLachlan, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Marlon Wayans, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, Whitney Houston, Val Kilmer, Chris Tucker, and more. The 1998 MTV Video Music Awards, hosted by Ben Stiller. Live next Thursday at 8, 7 Central.
Hold this.
Paul!
I think he overdid it by coming out here today. Better get him home, Kathy.
Oh, no. You're not talking me out of it this time. I'm staying. You need looking after. Did you take the aspirins?
Yes, Master.
There. That's better. Dark and restful. You should be able to sleep now. If you should need anything, I'll be right in the den, okay?
Okay.
Okay, then. I'll open it. Wait just a minute. I'll open it for two.
You open it for two.
Right.
All right, I'll see it. I'm in for two.
You're in for two. How about you, Earl?
Yeah, I'm going to stay for two.
Okay, how many cards? How many cards?
I'll take a pair.
A pair will never win this game. A pair will never win this game, friend.
I'm going to say same thing as he does. Same thing.
Okay. Two for you and two winning cards for the big winner of the night. Okay?
Paul. When I woke up and couldn't find you anywhere in the house, I got so worried. What are you doing out here?
It was so warm in my room. I couldn't get back to sleep.
But it must have been chilly out here last night. You could have caught cold. All you men are alike. Sometimes you act like such big babies. Come on. I'll make you some breakfast.
He was still alive when we found him. The man was pretty far gone in shock. But he did manage to say something about a lizard. A big lizard. A big lizard that walked like a man.
Seems to me I've heard that expression before.
Maybe. Something your friend Dietz said about a dinosaur?
The Tyrannosaurus. Well, now there have been discoveries of supposedly extinct creatures dating back to the dinosaur age. Ancient life forms that are still alive today.
Maybe there is a dinosaur still alive. Up in the hills. Something drove it out of the hills. Now it's on loose.
Professor Salinas, those poor men murdered in the hills last night. Have the police found out who did it?
Only some theories. That's all so far. Were those the reason for all that laughter when I drove up?
They're the pictures Kathy took at the NASA exhibit. You should see the one of Bud looking at the girl in the tight jumpsuit. His eyes were popping out.
What happened in this shot?
Oh, this one. I don't really know. It's probably a light leak or a lab error. It's on the original transparency, too. I was going to check with the lab in town later.
How is he, by the way?
Paul? He seemed a little better when Janet and Bud called for me before, but he still had a headache. I'm worried about him. Those headaches he's been having.
He's been having those headaches since the day after that meteor shower. Didn't you tell me he hit his head in the ground that night? When he tried to shield you from that meteorite that exploded.
That's right. He got a cut on his head.
A cut?
More like a scratch. Just a little one.
It's possible Paul may have gotten more than a scratch. A light concussion, maybe.
Then you think...
But don't worry. I said it might be a light concussion. It's nothing really serious. I'll tell you what. I'll pick up Paul on my way. Take him to a hospital. St. Joseph's will be the best. They'll do a cranial x-ray, check him out. He'll be back to normal and back to you in no time at all. The lab that did this print, it's near the hospital. I'll have that light streak checked out. Save your trip.
Hurry up, Slowpoke. I want to get you off my hands. Then, your lady can take over.
Johnny, you're one hell of a guy.
White man, speak with forked tongue.
Oh, quick, let me write that down.
Hurry up with you. I got other things to do. What happened here? Where's Ty?
I don't know. He must have broken out the night before last. Something scared him. Maybe the meteor shower.
the meteorite you found?
It's my own personal moon rock. Funny thing, I've looked through every text I have on mineralogy, and I can't find anything like it. Of course, I haven't run a series of tests on it.
You mind if I borrow your moon rock for a couple of days?
So go ahead. I was going to take it to the geology lab anyway. Maybe they can find the answer to it. I can't.
But right now, we're going to take you over to St. Joe's. Maybe they can find an answer to what's been bugging you.
That's it. You can get dressed now.
I finished with your friend. It'll take about 20 minutes or so to process the plates. Dr. Sutton's expecting you. He left word you to wait in his office.
Thanks. How do you feel?
Not bad.
Good. While you're waiting, I might as well do an errand near here. I'll be back in a little while.
No sweat.
Then it's not just some kind of error in printing, Mr. Hamill.
Definitely not. I remember looking at the originals on that roll myself. What you see is what happened. I can't explain it, but it's not our fault or the fault of the film.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Never. I've been in this business for years.
I'm Dr. Sutton. Would you come this way, please? I've looked at your x-rays.
And?
We don't usually discuss them with patients, but this isn't a usual case, Mr. Carlson. This is the normal situation, just to give you an idea. And this is the one we took.
Black roses in my garden gray.
My father hear me.
She could call out demons. And in the hearts and minds of these people. Starring Louis Jourdan and Ann Baxter. Ritual of Evil. Next.
Of you.
What does it mean? What's happened to me?
You've been hit by a small particle of matter of some kind. Not enough to cause any pain because of the high speed, but it is there.
Then something's inside my head?
Yes. It's not uncommon. There have been cases where servicemen have survived with small particles of shrapnel embedded in their brain.
This wasn't shrapnel, Doctor.
So I understood. A meteorite, you said?
What happens now?
Now? Now we're going to keep you here for a few more days for observation. We're going to take more x-rays. If that area doesn't clear up, we're going to do something about it, surgically.
I made these photos several years ago when I was doing research for my doctorate. They just might have a connection to your killer lizard.
Well, at this point, I'd settle for anything in the way of a lead. Well, let's see him.
This is the first scene in a deer hide painting I was shown. Not many people have seen it. It's something like 400 years old.
What's happening to the Indian in the painting?
It's the beginning of the story. He's being struck by a light that comes down from the sky.
Well, what happened to him?
See for yourself. Whatever struck him from the sky changed him completely from human form. He became a demon lizard monster. Arrows had no effect on him.
Well, how'd they get rid of this demon lizard?
They didn't, but it died anyway. It was consumed by fire. But where the flames came from, nobody knows. That's a mystery. And it's still a mystery after 400 years. I know what you're thinking. It's only an Indian legend, part of our tribal culture. I know, it's fantastic, but it's the one thing that ties in with what the fisherman said. He said the camp was attacked by a lizard that walked like a man. Now, I want your help, Mac.
Well, we've got the place to ourselves. I had them close up early on my authority, and I hope this proves something. I'll know in a minute. I never thought I'd see the day when I tried to solve a case with Indian superstition.
We are just about to find out. It should be somewhere just about here.
What was that?
I don't really know. My guess is that there's some unusual element in this fragment that synchronizes with that larger mass over there. And it produces some kind of energy reaction.
You mean this energy, or whatever it is, it'll turn a human into a monster? Just like in those werewolf tales? When there's a full moon in Transylvania? Johnny, I've known you for a long time. You gotta be kidding.
I wish I was kidding, Mac. I'm not. Now, there is an answer. But I think I know what it is. And it makes me sick to think about it. If what you say is true, the X-rays, the way the meteorite reacted, and your Indian legend, then there's something I've got to know for my own peace of mind.
Maybe rough.
He's right, Paul. Nobody knows what may happen. And let's find out. How much time do I have?
Be sundown in half an hour. The moon will be up in an hour or so after that.
Before anything happens, I want to talk to Kathy. I'm sure that can be arranged. She's at the reservation. I'll phone her now.
You better give her some idea of what he might have to go through, just to prepare her.
I'll try. Kathy, I just talked to you before. Go in there. We've had to move Paul to another room. Isn't there?
Why is he in there? Why are these policemen here?
We're not sure what may happen to Paul after the moonrise. In fact, moving him here was his idea.
But surely...
Kathy, see, this is the hospital. We can't afford to take any chances. The moon has a strong effect on the earth. Look what it can do to the tides. In Paul's case, it may trigger a whole set of changes, a temporary mutation.
I want to see him. Now. Please.
nearly sundown now. She shouldn't be in there much longer. All right, I'll get her. Kathy? Kathy?
Thanks, Johnny.
Can I take you home?
No, thank you anyway.
No trouble, miss. One of my men can take you home.
Thank you, Captain. I'll be all right. I'd like to stay here at the hospital.
The moon is up now. I hope you were right. I don't. I hope I'm wrong. Well, we'll know in a few minutes. Something's happening. My God. Then it's true. It was me. I killed all those people. It wasn't your fault, son. They won't convict you. They won't even...
Black roses in my garden gray.
Just for Halloween on the Sci-Fi Channel in October. Each week we'll resurrect one of your favorite filmland themes for primetime terror with The Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein, and The Wolfman, hosted by Christopher Lee. Plus, ace reporter Carl Kolchak digs up his greatest and goriest stories on Kolchak, Day of the Night Stalker. And don't miss a single one of the Sci-Fi Channel's Supernatural Saturdays. 5 fright-filled films designed to add a touch of terror to your October weekends. Next, visit the wonderful world of zombies with George Romero for a trio of the undead's greatest hits. Finally, on Halloween, the event you've been waiting for. A 14-hour marathon of our most monstrous movies. Enjoy gruesome goings-on all October long here on the Sci-Fi Channel, your official home for Halloween horror.
One by one, the collection is displayed.
Smith! What the hell is going on here?
Presenting rare and special programs, the Sci-Fi Series Collection.
We needed to have a world in which the plasmoid creatures had been actually created by androids.
An android that reads poetry. Seems to have a lot on his mind.
Watch your step in The Other World. Tomorrow at 9, 6 Pacific. No one can escape the curse of the undead. Nosferatu. Wednesday at noon, 9 Pacific on the Sci-Fi
Channel. Employ Visa MasterCard, $12.95, delivers 6 issues. Sci-Fi Channel magazine, the only known source for Sci-Fi Channel series and movie schedules, science facts, comic book reviews, technology. Sci-Fi Channel magazine. Make contact.
We'll soon have you back to normal, Paul.
Do I need these now?
No. Dr. Sutton's been in touch with NASA about your case.
We're sending one of their top lunar scientists and one of the finest brain surgeons in the country. See that particle of meteor in the front part of your brain? It's causing the problem. When it's removed, you won't have a thing to worry about. You can go back to leading your normal life.
I'd like to see Kathy. Please.
Would you fasten your seatbelts, please? We'll be landing shortly.
When are we due in Albuquerque?
In about 20 minutes. The captain got a message a few minutes ago. You and Dr. Lawrence will be met at the airport.
Thank you. May we get off first, please? We just have some hand luggage.
That's also been arranged. You and Dr. Rizzo are to be given every cooperation.
I must admit I was pretty startled last night when I got the call.
So was I. I've never come up against a case anything like it. And I've had a few unusual ones, I must say.
We've been worried at NASA all through the Apollo program about the possibility that something could cause a mutated life form. Nothing ever happened.
Until now.
Oh, Paul. This is Dr. Rizzo.
How are you, Paul? I'm going to be operating on you in just a little while.
Glad to see you. What happens now?
We're going to make another set of x-rays just to check on the particle. The new set will give us an exact pinpointing of the spot in the left frontal lobe where it is.
I thought you should see these right away, Doctor.
I think we should look at these inside.
What's the matter?
I don't know. But I'll try to find out.
If you look at the difference in the affected areas, you'll notice considerable change, Doctor. There's been a definite growth.
From the look of it, I'd say the particle in that young man's brain has disintegrated, and energy factors are spreading through his entire system.
No question about it.
Isn't there any way of neutralizing the effect, Doctor? That's your field, Dr. Lawrence. Isn't there something that can be done?
We're dealing with a brand new unstable element here, one we've never seen before. We don't know its characteristics, atomic structure, how it reacts. There's a chance. There's always a chance. Eventually, by doing research on the meteorite fragments you showed me, well, we might learn how to cure your friend. But the time...
You're saying by then it'd be too late.
I can't give you the timing exactly, but more or less what's going to happen is that the very presence of the moon itself, a moon rock of gigantic size, if you will have a recurring effect on your friend's mutation every night, just as the energy emitted by that particle in his brain was triggered by the small moon rock at our exhibit here. Eventually, the diffusion throughout his body will be complete. And at that point, the situation will be atomically unstable.
Then, the energy is released all at once. A form of explosion.
Exactly. And when it happens, your young friend will be consumed by it.
I've got to talk to you now. Let's go.
The demon in the tribal painting. Self-consumed. One Indian mystery solved.
Oh, Paul, why couldn't there be time for us?
There isn't. And that's why I'm going away. Now, if I'm gonna die, I want to die looking like a man, not like a monster.
Paul, don't.
Black roses in my garden gray.
I'm the pebble in your shoe, I'm the pin beneath your bed, I'm the bump on every head, I'm the peel on which you slip, I'm a nut in every head, I'm the thorn in your side, makes you wriggle and writhe, and it's so easy when you're evil. This is the life you see, the October on the Sci-Fi Channel. I do it all because I'm evil.
Being the camp counselor never seemed quite so deadly until Friday the 13th. Get ready for a killer night of horror. Watch 4 Friday the 13th movies. TNT's Saturday Nitro is coming up next.
Coming up on the Sci-Fi Channel.
You've seen them begin their adventures in the pilot playhouse. Now, join your sci-fi favorites as they face their last challenge.
Dear me, how sad.
Be there for Vincent's final fury.
It's over.
Jamie's flight for freedom.
They want to put me in a cage.
Sam's last leap and number 6's ultimate escape. Lindsay Wagner hosts Final Curtain, the last episodes. Saturday, April 9th.
Enter a world of premonitions, visions, and nightmares. Join host John Newland and dare to take that one step beyond. Weekdays at 5, 2 Pacific.
I've got to get away from here.
Get away where?
I don't know. But I can't stand being locked up here again.
Will I see you again?
I don't know. I want you to go back to Dr. Sutton's office. And if anybody asks where I am, I want you to tell them I'm on the roof. That'll keep him busy enough for a few minutes. Long enough for me.
I won't do it.
Kathy. Please. Do it for my sake. Do it because we love each other.
Oh, Paul. Why did this have to happen to you?
It did happen. That's all I know. stunts I've ever seen. Does that kid think he can get away?
He's not trying to get away. You don't understand. You just don't.
A search has begun to locate a young
Yes, sir.
male patient.
What can I do for you?
From a serious headache.
I'd like
Who
a
escaped a short
12-gauge
time ago
shotgun
from a special
and some shells.
observation room at
Well, we
St.
have some very nice models just came in.
Bulletin was issued
Very
by
nice guns. I'll be glad to show.
St. Joseph's and by Captain Stuart McCabe, authority of the city's police commissioner. Here's a description of the man being sought, whose name is Paul G. Carlson. He's 24 years old, Caucasian, about 6 feet tall, weighing 160. Brown hair,
Here's a nice one.
blue eyes, regular features. Carlson was last seen in the vicinity of St. Joseph Hospital. He's believed dressed in tan slacks and a blue sweater.
We got a report on him. The owner of a gun shop says he tried to buy a shotgun, but left without it. I don't think he wants it as a weapon. He wants to kill himself. Why, Miss Nolan?
Because we overheard what Dr. Lawrence said in the other office. That's why.
You might be wrong, Mac. He's on a motorcycle. If he wanted to kill himself...
No. Crashes don't always kill people. He knows that. Now, he tried to find some way that was fast and foolproof. If only we had some kind of lead on him. Anything.
Yeah, I'd like to come up here at night. It's one of my favorite places on earth. It's always so peaceful, so quiet.
I can't stand this waiting around. I think it would be better if I went back to the reservation, don't you?
I guess so. Well, how will you get back?
I borrowed Bud's car.
I'll phone you if we hear anything.
They found the motorcycle.
Where?
Up in State Road 44. He took a spill. The bike is a wreck. But he'd probably walk away all right. They couldn't find him anywhere around the area.
That road leads up to Sandia Crest. Of course, that's gotta be it. Over the years, I got to know Paul pretty well. The one place he went to when he was troubled, the one place where he felt free, was Sandia Crest.
Right, Pete?
This is Willard, and these are his friends, Ben and Socrates. Willard takes good care of them, and they will do anything for Willard.
My God, look at the rats. You made me hate myself. Well, I like myself now.
Where your nightmares end, Willard begins.
Tear him up! No, Willie! No, Willie!
Willard is the one movie you should not see alone. Willard, rated GP.
TGIF, the 13th.
Looks like we got us a maniac on the loose.
You just had a long, hard week. So do something just for you.
Don't go out there.
Let Jason do the work.
You're all gonna die.
And watch him give new meaning to the phrase happy hour. In Friday the 13th, parts 5, 7, and 8, TGIF, the 13th, on USA. Friday night, starting at 8, 7 Central.
Introducing the all-new Grand Am GT. Its solid form design provides a stronger body structure, so you can have the ride of your life with fewer vibrations. Excitement, well built. The all-new Grand Am GT by Pontiac.
Okay, there we go. Who's on the line? My voice is my life. A sore throat? Death. Because I talk for a living. We're on the air. I do talk radio. Caller after caller.